We're in business.
Today's day 1,328 of writing my schedule every single day since I had started the business. And I feel like that's a crazy statistic to have. It just shows how crazy persistent you have to be to make something like this work. I had a pitch a little bit over 2 weeks ago now with a firm that I really was looking to get a check from that I think that we had a good shot with, and it's been 2 weeks. Usually it's around the 2-week point that you hear a response back. We haven't heard a response back yet, and they said they were like, you're going to be hearing from us shortly. So I'm interested to see here. It's been 20 days, so almost 3 weeks. That's not out of the scope. It's usually within a month, but it's also not a good sign, honestly. So, damn, that sucks. Yeah, we had another one on June 13th, too, that I haven't heard back from. Yeah, it's a tough process. The fundraising process is such a pain in the ass. But now that we have, like, the product will be done this week, it'll be in my hands, completely changed the narrative here. It's even more frustrating, too, because they were like, raise more funding. So we raised more funding, and we're still getting no's from the same style of people, because everybody's like looking for revenue. But with this type of company, it's hard because you have to get pre-market approval, which is like 200 grand before you can even start selling it. So, I mean, it's a tough process, but I don't do it because it's easy. I do it because it is tough. So it feels that much better when you figure it out and get it all done. So you just gotta keep cooking. That's all it is.
Know exactly what the battery life is like. One thing that we both put down was like how.
So we just got our second Techstars interview, which means that, first of all, getting the selection process, we probably got down to the top 20 out of 150 submissions. And now, like in the first interview, 10 in the second interview. So it's like top 10 out of 150. And now we have the meeting, which could be possibly today, but I have a bunch of other meetings. And then we have one more meeting after that, but it's going to be while I'm gone, so my co-founder's going to have to go. I want to see if they sent it to me and my co-founder. I have follow-up scheduling stuff to do. I didn't schedule yesterday because I literally just woke up and was contacting investors for 14 hours straight yesterday. And we had 2 short meetings too. But other than that, it's like, it's all about the investor outreach. But this is like a huge deal. So if I get into this program, I'll be in Dallas for 3 months. But the program starts before I come back. So it's going to be stuff we're definitely going to have to figure out. It'll be interesting, to say the least. I had my first meeting with this VC firm that invests in Series A and on, but they're a sports VC firm. And they said that they like what we're doing, and they said, let us know when the product. So the product should be coming in today. I'm trying to figure out how to get access to the app. I have to talk to my engineer overseas, so I should probably do that now before it's too late. Him and I were talking earlier this morning. I got woken up at 4:30 this morning to talk to my one engineer who was trying to send us samples internationally, and he was like, we have to get them to you today as soon as possible. So I'm sorry I had to call you so early in the morning, which was crazy. So that means the tape is coming this week as well. And then we have a follow-up meeting with a woman that I had been talking to about like the science and the background of everything for a while. She's from overseas as well. And then I have a final meeting with another woman who sold her company to Hyperice. So that should be a super cool conversation. I'm excited for that because Hyperice is one of the companies that we'd be looking to potentially exit to as well. So definitely a busy day on top of continuing to reach out to the investors. No. No, no, no. So that was supposed to be a super cinematic montage of me getting ready to go rucking, which is just like a weighted vest that you walk in, because I didn't want to run today. I just kind of wanted to take it more easy to get ready to go. And I didn't go to CrossFit this morning because I had the early meetings, and I had to catch up on a little bit of sleep. I didn't sleep well the last 2 days. It was like an average of 5 hours. But as you guys saw, I was making the super cinematic rucking montage, getting ready to go. I know you can't really see it well, but there. It's so disheartening to see. This is a neutral density filter, which allows me to, like, when I walk outside, not look overexposed like this. And those are not cheap. And it fell off of my car and broke. So that's really, really disheartening. Oh, man. So the 4 mile ruck is over, which means I did 1 mile run, 1 mile walk, 1 mile run, 1 mile walk with a 25-pound vest. Honestly, one of my favorite styles of workouts. I would 100,000% recommend. And now it's just, we have the same founder that I had just spoke to. She introduced me to somebody else. And I have a call late tonight with a friend of mine who also has a company. It's just a lot more housekeeping. Making sure that we get the funding in tomorrow is also huge. And we have 3 even bigger pitches that we have to nail before I go. So I'm super excited for those as well. But again, we're just getting started. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, today's a huge day. We already, first of all, kind of got passed by this one firm, and it's in 15 minutes. So today's July 11th, 9:15 a.m. And it's kind of just like a follow-up call. Like, we're just having a chat with them, talking about like potential in the future. They're more along the side of like climate and sustainability. So we don't really fit that category as well. I mean, we have a sustainability aspect to what we're doing, but it's just not the center for our wheelhouse. So they're not going to be a good fit. But the thing is like I want to maintain the relationships so down the road they can give us more introductions to firms that might be in our scope, which is a big deal. And then from there, we're meeting for some economic development funding, which is huge, 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 huge. Because if we get them on board, it means that we have a ton of other people with a lot of money who would want to come on board as well. From there, we're meeting with a sports tech firm, and this is back to back to back. I'm meeting with a sports tech firm. We got passed by one fund after 3 meetings, which sucks, but they referred us to these guys. And in my experience I've had so far, nobody's like passed and then referred us. So they definitely saw something. They just said that we were too early for the first one. But these guys said that we're a good fit for the fund. We also got introduced to an NFL player yesterday that does personal investing, so that was awesome. And then from there, I'm meeting with one of my engineers overseas. It's kind of like a follow-up conversation. We meet every 2 weeks and get updates on where we're at and where we plan to go for the next 2 weeks before we talk again. And then from there, we have our second Techstars interview, which is huge. So today's going to be a lot of in front of the computer, unfortunately. It's 6 meetings in front of the computer. Technically 7 because I'm going to have to meet with the YouTube team as well. Second Techstars interview. I don't know what comes after that, but I'm super excited for it. And then from there, I met a guy in Tampa who was like best friends with my college best friend in high school, if you guys are able to follow that. And he works for like a software company that pretty much just designs whatever people want. And like we probably don't need their help now, but I always say like I never turn down a conversation. So I'm excited to talk to him as well too, but that just means today's going to be a busy day, so we have to make sure we stay focused. So on top of all this stuff too, any free time I have, which looks like it's about 4 hours, is going to be reaching out to investors. So it is going to be a ton of time in front of the computer. I'm ready for it. Let's do it.
Know exactly what the battery life is like. One thing that we both put down was like how if you just leave the product on without actually having it.
So we just got a package a pretty important package. We're in business.
This is freaking awesome!
All right. You know what's even better?
God.
They sent me 2.
Oh, Jake. Okay, this is 100% worth it. Look how small it is.
I know, it's so
Look
tiny.
at it, it's lit up.
Yeah, you can turn it on and off, so watch, you go.
Well, it's on. Now it's off. Oh my God, it's so light.
I know.
Obviously, this is the best one yet. It even says Lectra on it.
This is huge.
This is exciting. Okay, you know what though?
Lectra to Mars, let's do it!